Hello, everyone. My name is Adam Hayworth, and today I will be presenting my capstone project on the public health issue of air pollution in Omaha, Nebraska. So, to begin, air pollution can be defined by the World Health Organization as the contamination of indoor or outdoor air by chemical, physical, or even biological agents that alter the natural characteristics of the atmosphere. Air pollution is a significant public health concern because it affects the air we breathe every day. While many people associate air pollution with large cities or industrial countries, it is actually an issue that can impact communities of all sizes, including ours in Omaha, Nebraska. So, what's the scope of the issue? In terms of scope, air pollution in Omaha is more severe than people may realize, or at least it was more severe than I realized. According to the American Lung Association's 2025 State of the Air report, the Omaha metro area ranks 29th worst in the nation for ozone pollution and 104th worst for particle pollution. Now, these pollutants have serious health effects, including increased risk for asthma attacks, heart attacks, strokes, premature death, and even long-term cognitive impairment. This highlights that air pollution is not just an environmental issue, but it's a critical health issue as well. Demographics and disparities. When looking at who is most affected, we can see clear health disparities, especially in North Omaha, which is home to a population that is approximately 43% black and 32% white. Now, its asthma rates in this area are among the worst 10% nationally, and heart disease rates are in the top 25%. So, a major contributor to this issue is the North Omaha coal power plant, which has historically impacted air quality in the area. This demonstrates how environmental factors can disproportionately affect certain communities, making this also an issue of environmental justice. And this can also be seen with historical redlining, which was taking place even in Omaha, where minorities and segregated populations could only live in certain areas where there are higher amounts of pollutants, such as the coal power plant, even the lead plant that still has effects today. So, why did I choose this topic? Well, I chose this topic because air pollution is often overlooked and even misunderstood. Many people, as I said before, may believe it's only a problem in large cities where smog is visibly present, such as China, or you think maybe California, or places where there's more wildfires happening. However, this issue is affecting communities like Omaha in ways that aren't always immediately visible. Now, I believe it is important to bring awareness to a local public health issue that may not receive enough attention, and that's why I chose this topic. So, I also have a personal connection. My personal connection to this issue comes from my history with asthma. Now, as a child, my asthma was pretty severe at times, and I was even hospitalized because of it. Because of this, I understand firsthand how difficult and frightening it can be to experience respiratory distress. Knowing that air pollution can worsen asthma and may even contribute to higher rates of respiratory illness makes this issue especially important to me. It motivates me to educate others and advocate for better air quality in my community. So, what are the solutions to this? The first proposal that I looked into is the ultra low emission zone. Now, this was implemented in London, and what it is are these low emission zone areas in higher population dense areas where there are fees charged to higher polluting vehicles. And these standards are set by London or the areas implementing these. So the goal is to encourage cleaner modes of transportation. This encourages individuals to buy and use lower emitting vehicles, to carpool, so not as many vehicles need to be driven and fees paid. Use public transportation, such as buses, walk, ride a bicycle. All of this to promote cleaner transportation and less pollution in these higher populated areas. And this has seen great success, with nitrogen oxide emissions from vehicles dropping 20% in the first year. And you may wonder, how will they know if you're driving a higher polluting vehicle? What if you just don't pay the fine? Is in these areas they actually have cameras that will take pictures of plates, and it runs it against a database with what vehicle it's registered to, and it will see if it meets the criteria for high polluting or low polluting, and then you will be charged if you don't pay the fee. So, a very interesting concept that has seen great success. I think for this to be able to work in Omaha, there needs to be more public transportation, especially downtown. While they do have the buses, I think the streetcar, depending on its success and timeline when it be finished, could make it a more feasible option. Now, my second proposal are community-based air monitors, and there's a study that took place in California neighborhoods where low-cost monitors were put in place, and what they were able to find is they detected fine particulate matter in areas that exceeded national air quality standards. So they essentially identified hotspots that weren't known before. So if we were to put air monitors in communities around Omaha in different parts, we could identify if there are hotspots that we're not currently known or aware of. And also, if we have monitors in certain areas that tend to have higher pollution, it can be a better way to monitor if it's getting worse. Are interventions that we're doing making it better? So it gives us a better way to monitor and be informed. Now, my first experience as an effective communicator occurred while working as a CNA in the hospital. And in this experience, I cared for a patient who spoke only Spanish and did not have family present to translate. Although interpreter services were available, they were not always practical for quick interactions. And because of this, I relied on nonverbal communication, such as gestures and body language, along with basic Spanish words and translation tools to meet the patient's needs. This experience taught me that effective communication goes beyond spoken language. It involves adaptability, using nonverbal cues, and ensuring that the patient truly understands what is being communicated. I also learned the importance of being resourceful and continuously improving my own communication skills. Now, I can apply this to air pollution by ensuring that public health information is accessible to diverse populations, and this could include using visual aids, simple language, and multilingual resources so that all individuals, regardless of language barriers, can understand the risk of air pollution and how to protect themselves. In another experience, I cared for a Spanish-speaking patient who frequently appeared frustrated and would yell at staff, especially during meals. By using a translator app, I discovered that the patient was upset because they were not receiving the type of food they preferred. Once I addressed this issue, their behavior improved significantly. This taught me the importance of active listening and empathy. What may appear as anger or noncompliance can actually stem from frustration due to not being understood. Effective communication helps identify the root cause of problems and improves outcomes. When addressing air pollution, it is important to listen to community concerns. Different populations may have different experiences and frustrations related to environmental issues. By active listening, I can better understand the needs and create more effective outcomes and solutions. Now, one of my most significant experiences as a reflective individual was changing my own career path. I was originally pursuing a degree in Management Information Systems, or MIS, but I realized that I was unhappy in that field. I made the decision to leave my internship and pursue nursing instead. This experience taught me the importance of self-reflection, accountability, and long-term thinking. Being reflective means evaluating past decisions, understanding why they were made, and using that insight to guide future choices. I can apply this to air pollution by encouraging thoughtful, informed decision making. Addressing environmental issues requires long-term planning and consideration of how our daily actions impact air quality and our overall health. In another experience, I cared for an incarcerated patient. Initially, I had biases and felt uncomfortable. However, after interacting with the patient, I realized they were respectful and easy to care for, which challenged my initial assumptions. This taught me the importance of recognizing and challenging my own personal biases. Being reflective requires open mindedness and a willingness to change perspectives based on new experiences. This applies to air pollution by encouraging us to avoid assumptions. Some people may underestimate the issue or misplace blame, but by approaching the issue objectively, I can promote more productive discussions and solutions around the topic. My first experience as a change agent occurred during my internship. I found myself facing a lack of structure and support, which made it difficult to complete my task. After speaking with my manager, changes were made to improve the situation. This taught me that being a change agent requires speaking up and advocating for change. Even small actions like having a simple conversation can lead to meaningful improvements. I can apply this to air pollution by advocating for environmental policies and raising awareness. By speaking up, supporting initiatives, and educating others, I can contribute to reducing air pollution. In my clinical rotation, I had cared for a patient adjusting to a new colostomy. They were struggling emotionally, so I focused on providing support, education, and resources to help them adapt. This taught me that change can occur on an individual level. By providing empathy, education, and support, I can improve patient outcomes and help people adjust to difficult situations. I can apply this to air pollution by educating and supporting communities. This includes helping individuals understand health risk and providing strategies to reduce exposure. So, in conclusion, my exploration of air pollution in Omaha has shown that it is a significant public health issue that disproportionately affects vulnerable populations. Now, through this project, I have developed a deeper understanding of what it means to be an educated citizen. As an effective communicator, I have learned the importance of making informed, accessible, and understandable decisions. As a reflective individual, I have learned to think critically, evaluate my own beliefs, and make informed decisions. As a change agent, I have learned the importance of advocacy and taking action, even in small ways. Now, moving forward in my nursing career, I will carry these skills with me by educating patients, advocating for healthier environments, and promoting health equity. By combining communication, reflection, and action, I would to contribute to meaningful change and help address the public health issue of air pollution. These are my sources, and thank you for listening to my capstone presentation.